Okay, imagine this. Once the epitome of self reliance, glamour, and rebirth, Meghan Markle is picking up the phone and phoning David Beckham, not to arrange a dinner or to work on a charity project, not at all. She was requesting a $20 million loan from him, 20 million indeed. And without even thinking, he said no. In other words, one of the most well known figures in business and athletics essentially told her, "No, I'm fine." And all Meghan had been attempting to keep together was shattered by that one number. This was a full-fledged panic attack, not simply a minor request. As usual, Meghan's brand, the so-called empire of the ethical lifestyle, is rapidly losing ground. The only thing it rivaled was a poor Etsy store. But you may recall all the hype candles that tasted like marketing phrases and were priced like rent wine. Influencers unwrapping the merchandise turned the entire situation into humorous content, and others roasted it online. It smells like Montecito debt, and one woman deadpanned after lighting the candle on tape. "Tastes like desperation," muttered another, spitting out the wine mid-sip. Her big moment was going to be this. Rather, it became a meme. Back to Beckham, though. Why is his rejection so significant? Because she is being rejected by more than one person. David Beckham is not a flimsy, famous person. He is calculating. He is a strategic thinker. He has a clean brand. He makes wise investments. According to sources, if he believes your proposal is garbage, it most likely is. Meghan continued to promote it as if it were the next big thing in lifestyle. Beckham saw it for what it was, a crisis-ridden vanity project with no actual audience, no real business plan, and no chance of success. He left. Additionally, when someone like Beckham leaves, it sends a message to others: don't touch this. Word is getting around Hollywood that Meghan is turning radioactive. It's not scandalous or hazardous, just risky. Someone who is incapable of completing the type of project that is discreetly dismissed from the boardroom. She used to be able to rely on people like Tyler Perry and Oprah Ellen. During their royal escape, do you recall that Perry actually handed them his mansion? Those same names are now quiet. It had been ages since Oprah brought her up. Ellen has stopped talking. She used to ride or die for Serena Williams. Ghosting someone in your inner circle is not a good sign these days. Chirping. There's also the larger irony. Meghan yelled for independence as she left the royal family, correct? She was going to succeed on her own, start something fresh, and stand on her own 2 feet with Harry, but now she's calling famous friends and requesting bailouts, financial freedom, whatever happened to it, being larger than the crown, whatever happened to that. Because it appears from the outside that she switched institutions. However, this one is devoid of tiaras and castles. It has expectations and invoices, and it fires you if you can't meet them. This Beckham moment is more powerful than it appears because of this. It's not about the money, it's about the image. Meghan Markle, the American princess, the rebellious duchess, and the new media tycoon, recently suffered a setback from which she may never fully recover, because if even her well-known friends stop supporting her, what will be left? What occurs when the mask is removed and the myth falls apart? It turns out that while you can avoid the monarchy, you cannot avoid the truth. And at the moment, the reality is beginning to set in behind the slick Instagram pictures and pricey product launches. From the start, Meghan's brand was never intended to endure and felt more like a publicity stunt than a legitimate company. Soft focus photographs, upcycled glass, handmade labels, jars, everything about it shouted style over substance. It wasn't picked for viability, but for vibes. Meghan's team touted the fact that the candles sold out in 45 minutes as a victory, but they failed to highlight how small that batch was. According to some insiders, there were just 10 jars. 10 isn't a launch, it's a publicity stunt. In actuality, Meghan was playing the wellness game for celebrities without knowing the rules. It's a brutal place. You cannot expect people to worship a premium candle that is double the price just because you put your name on it. Nowadays, consumers are astute. They want value, authenticity, and above all, a sense of reality that has always given them a bottle of wine and a $90 candle with a background that reads, no pun intended, like a college essay on healing. People noticed that you were a bitch with no soul or charm. Immediately, jokes and goop without Gwyneth went viral on social media. According to another tweet, it was a Montecito money grab. Aro Monopoly and As Never became popular hashtags. Literally and figuratively, even Meghan's purported fan base, the progressive, wellness conscious crowd, was not buying it. Reviews on blogs didn't hold back. The products, according to one, are a mockery of privilege. Another went in more forcefully, accusing the brand of being shameful and lifeless. Meghan's goal was to reinvent luxury. Rather, she clarified what occurs when luxury becomes tone deaf. Hollywood relies on momentum. You feel the cold the moment something slips, and Meghan is in the thick of it right now. The same producers who used to lay out the red carpet are suddenly closing their doors. According to reports, Netflix, her former largest partner, has strongly retracted the $100 million deal that everyone was touting. It no longer appears to be the golden ticket. According to insiders, the corporation no longer even prioritizes Sussex material because of its poor performance. Yes, viewers initially tuned in out of curiosity, but as soon as they saw the drama didn't live up to the price tag, their interest was stoked. And the numbers were flat by the second season. As critics became more vocal, the platform began subtly refocusing attention on initiatives that would truly succeed. Spotify Archetypes followed, was meant to mark Meghan's debut as a perceptive, strong voice in the podcast industry. It fizzled instead. The platform quickly shut down after one season. Executives referred to the deal as a mistake behind closed doors. The Sussexes were even referred to as grifters by one person. That moniker spread like wildfire. It was painful and stuck. Meghan wasn't merely trying to sell a product when she made her pitch to investors. She was marketing a non-existent image of herself, the media tycoon, the rebellious duchess, the autonomous force. However, she carried baggage, a baseless brand, a history of botched transactions, lawsuits, family whispers of marital tension, and a public that no longer believed the act. Even if he didn't like her, David Beckham didn't say no. He didn't see the benefit, therefore he said no. The toughest reality in business is that no one is interested in your previous headlines. What you can do next is important to them. And Meghan doesn't appear to have that answer at the moment. What was once her empire is now more akin to a warning from Netflix or Spotify. And as of right now, it's a full-fledged pattern rather than just negative news. The foundation of Meghan's post-royal approach was the belief that her name, story, and platform would elevate everything she touched and that her brand was sufficient. However, not pursuing fame is just noise, and the noise is growing louder. Investors are anxious. Former allies are pulling away, and every failure, embarrassing review, and missed call erodes the foundation further. It is seen by the media. Hollywood senses it. The same question is beginning to be asked by even the suspense fans who were once ride or die loyalists. What does Meghan really offer? Not in terms of appearances, branding, or interviews, but real value, substance, consistency, or something tangible. At the moment, all Meghan seems to consistently deliver is controversy and unimpressive results. And while she continues to burn through money, her inner circle is vanishing. Oprah, where are you? The silence speaks louder than any press release ever could. Where are Tyler Perry and Serena Williams? These aren't just famous people. They are intelligent business people. They are aware of when to back off, when a brand is losing its appeal, and when being too close can backfire. Nobody wants to be the next name associated with another PR catastrophe involving Meghan Markle. David Beckham's rejection was therefore a shock to the system. It was a signal, a turning point, not just a no. By publicly separating himself from Meghan's empire, one of the most reputable people in the world sends a strong message to the industry. If Beckham won't touch it, why should anyone else? After leaving the royal family, Meghan positioned herself as an unstoppable force and a modern woman breaking the norms. And for a while, people believed her. This rejection also revealed the illusion of power Meghan had worked so hard to sell. However, influence is about creating something stronger without institutions, not just about getting out of them. And that's where she's failed. Meghan, was unable to see that cultural connection and sustainability cannot be faked. You cannot create momentum or purchase loyalty. Results, not reputation, consistency, or crisis management, are what earn those things. Her private life, meanwhile, continues to make headlines. The lawsuit against Samantha, her half sister, is still pending. According to reports, Meghan and Harry are becoming more apart, and her father, Thomas Markle, is getting ready to testify. He refused to die for any company that promotes honesty, wellness, and peace. It would be a PR nightmare. A CEO embroiled in litigation turned down loan applications, experienced family dissolution, and saw declining media deals. Not exactly a sign of a trustworthy investment. Then there is the general public, the underdog, the lady who challenged the firm, and the final judge. Meghan once held them in the palm of her hand. The tale was fantastic, but the follow-up wasn't so great. Every unsuccessful launch, difficult pitch, and expensive product drove customers away. Not only have the royals moved on, but the general public has as well. Whether we'll recover is no longer the question. The question is whether Meghan can ever regain her importance and not simply her image. Because after all the excitement subsides, the media stops covering it, and even celebrities stop calling. All that's left is a name that was once influential, but is now reverberating in a non-listening business. Royal turmoil and tabloids didn't ruin the Meghan Markle attempt. The only thing worse than being despised in Hollywood is being forgotten, and it fell apart under the weight of its own promises inside